Finally, I'm so excited today, guys. I hope that you have woken up. You are grateful today for rising. Welcome to another episode of The Purpose Experience with LaVante, Delaware's therapist, licensed clinical social worker here in Delaware. I am feeling great. We have a lot to tackle today, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Today is another day to live out my purpose and to give it 120%. Come on, say it again. Today is another day to live out my purpose. My purpose. And to give it 120%. I hope you're feeling good. I'm so happy to see my good friends Toya and Rita, my faith. I love seeing y'all. She said I woke up on time. Amen. Amen. Go ahead, head to the chat. What are you grateful for today? I am grateful for that earlier rising. The alarm goes off at 4:30. I haven't trained yet to get right up at 4:30, but I am getting up by 5 so I can go ahead down to my home gym. Trust me, Facebook Marketplace is a beautiful thing. Toya been on those rides to go pick up equipment so I can go down, get my workout in, feeling great, right? I listen to I tell y'all, every time I listen to my Beyonce Homecoming, and it takes me to a whole nother mood. Let's go ahead. So when you turn the page in the workbook, of course, it gives you your journaling prompts and stuff. And another scripture is available. So we're going to go ahead and go to that. It's Romans 12:12. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer. I'm up with the trash trucks. I'll try to talk louder so y'all can hear me over the trash truck outside. But again, be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer. And I'm going to be honest. Let me turn my fan down because I was still hot from the gym. Yesterday, when I left y'all, I was on cloud 9, feeling amazing. And then some stuff throughout the day kind of hit me. Let me know if you can still hear me good because the trash truck is so loud. People, come on, get the trash. Some things hit me and I had to take time to reflect and figure out what I needed in that moment. When I tell y'all, I turned on my gospel playlist when I paused on the work. Remember I told y'all, take the breaks you need. I paused and went into worship. It was beautiful and it gave me that release that I needed. So remember, whenever you're feeling a ways, tune in with what your body is saying. Tune in and reflect on what you need and go ahead after it and get it, right? All right. Let's go ahead to our affirmations because we said we were going to do them. Let's say them together, sisters. We're going to go straight across. And my brothers, if you're on here. I am enough. I believe in me. I am worthy of love. I am on my side. I take care of myself. My heart knows. Come on now. We starting off our morning great. We got our affirmations. Again, a reminder for the inspiration. Want you guys to check out for our business owners, entrepreneurs, those who are, working to go to the next steps and what you want to work on. They have amazing classes at Delaware Score. It's one of the places that helped me when I was starting with my business, along with the Women's Business Center. So be sure to check them out. If you want to join me this weekend for Be the Movement, the Women's Leadership Summit here, it'll be on Zoom here in Delaware through the Wilmington Junior League. Feel free. It's 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Feel free to message me so that I can go ahead and hook you up with a ticket. And as always, there are resources on my website at www.LaVanteDorsey.com. If ever you want to, work on you, do some self-reflection, work on you and your boo thing, all of that. All right. We also have a tool. It's a questionnaire for those who are leaders, leaders within your business or looking to be a better leader. We have a questionnaire that can help you go through your strengths and your weaknesses, and we can show you how to grow. So just go ahead and check out the website. We have a lot on there. Let us go right along. Now, look here. I've been studying, y'all. Why is change so hard? If you're okay, let's set the tone right. Have you ever said to yourself, you know what? I'm tired of being like this. I'm tired of doing things this way. I need to change. Whether it be on your work ethic, whether it be how you're responding to your mate, whether it be, I know I need to change my diet, something that you said, you reflected on yourself and you said, I'm going to change this. And for 2 seconds, you changed it. And 3 seconds later, you reverted back to everything you said you didn't want to do. Has anybody else been there other than me? If you're like me, you know how to start a diet real good, nice and strong, working out. 2 weeks later, whew, it was like it was a part of history. You ain't doing it no more. You ain't doing the healthy cooking. You're ordering out. You ain't even looked at the gym equipment in a while. Or you said in your relationship, well, I'ma do that. I'ma be nicer. I ain't gonna lash out nothing. Look here, you giving them the words with your tongue, right? Or if we look outside of us and you think about the change, Rita said, yes, you think about the change that you want to see in other people, whether it be talking to your coworker, whether it be talking to your children or your mate, and you're like, why? How can't they see that they need to change this behavior? Or I didn't ask them to do this same thing 50 times. I always have to tell them this same thing. Why is this so hard for them to change? I think if we break this down and I could give you a little more clarification on the clinical side of what is happening, you'll have a better understanding and you'll be able to better work with others or work with yourself. You're with me today? Go ahead, share it out if you think somebody needs to work on change. So we're going to look at, it's called the stages of change, right? She said, I started a diet twice already this year. Okay, I'm going to let you're going to pick what stage you're in right now. So I want you to first think of, what is it that you have been working on changing? Get your pen and your notebook out. What have I been working on changing? For me, it is the gym part. So I'm going to use that as my focus point, and I'll tie in other examples. The first part that we want to bring into consideration, and I hope you guys can see the chart well, and because it's the stages of change, but I'm going to take it down. The first stage is the pre-contemplation stage. And in this stage, it's almost like we're not even identifying the need for change. And I think for most of you guys on the call today, you're past that stage. But what about those people you encounter where you're like, how can't they see this in themselves? How can't they see this as a poor behavior or something they need to change? It's because they're in the pre-contemplation stage. It's almost as if they're like, no, not me. They don't see that they have a drug problem. They don't see that they have a food addiction. They don't see that their behaviors, their negative actions are impacting their relationships in a way to which people don't want to be around them. The pre-contemplation stage. So when you're racking your brain trying to figure out, why isn't this clicking? Why have I told them 50 million times to pick up? I'm going to be honest with the man. Y'all know I refer to him as the man. I can go downstairs right now and tell you everything he left amok, because he has the same pattern of behavior. And I was racking my brain trying to figure out why I didn't mention this 50 million times. But I have to realize he's in the pre-contemplation stage. This don't faze him at all. It's an issue for me, but for him, it hasn't even registered as an issue. And we drive ourselves crazy, but we have to be patient, because in this stage, and this is key, it requires self-reflection, the ability of the person or the ability of us to reflect. For example, if we were reflecting, we would kind of think about what criticisms, what critiques are people giving us that say, you could probably do this different, or do you notice this about yourself? That's when we would try to kind of bring this to the front of our minds as an issue to begin to address, right? And then for other people, like people, for example, the man or your child, or we just going to keep kind of giving them bits and pieces, hoping that one day a light bulb goes off and it clicks for them. But also, remember, we always talk about this. If a person is in the pre-contemplation stage, they are showing you, like, this is my raw behavior. This is who I am. And if you saw the chart, let me bring the chart back up. There are many stages of change. So when you're looking at a person in the raw, who they are, and you're thinking, okay, I kind of want this to change about them, they got to go through all these stages, sis. She got to go through all these stages, brother. So keep that in mind when you're saying, am I going to be all in this? Am I going to be all in this relationship? Is this what I want? Remember, they got some stages to go through, and I'm going to break it down for you for what it fully looks like, because it ain't no game. So then we move to, once we can have that reflection, and we go, they said reflection is powerful. Yes, it is. Once we have that reflection, we go to the contemplation stage. And in this stage, it's like, oh, well, maybe I do have an issue. Well, maybe I can work on this. It's the consideration of the behavior that you would want to change. Let me bring the chart back up so we can read it. This is where we see the possibility of change, but kind of ambivalent and uncertain if we can really do it. And we want to work here to resolve what is it, again, reflect, what is it in the contemplation stage that is holding me back from pushing forward and really taking this on as an issue, a behavior that I need to change. I pray every day that this man gets to the contemplation stage so that I can go downstairs and it's a miracle. He picked up after himself. That's all I ask. But again, he's in pre-contemplation, so that's not even registered for him. Anybody else have this experience where someone close to you, you want them to kind of make an adjustment to a behavior, and you're figuring out now, this is the stage they're in. And when we talk about, I'm going to use you, Toya. She said, I done started a diet twice this year. So before, she was recognizing in the contemplation stage, okay, something is kind of triggering. I don't really feel where I need to be. Maybe I should consider starting something, right? Almost there. Then once we leave the contemplation stage, we get to that bad boy, the preparation. Now, hold on. Now we're moving. Now we're getting somewhere, right? And in this one, it's like, so, okay, what do I do now? It's where you begin to plan. So you do your research on your healthy foods. You talk to other people. You figure out your workout routine. You pick the time you're going to work out and come up with. Y'all thought when I was saying come up with a routine that I was just, talking the talk. No, this is the preparation phase, right? Let's go ahead and pull back up our chart so we can read the definition there. They call it the determination phase, but we can say the preparation. And this one is you're committed to changing, but you're still considering what to do. And you want to, in this stage, identify the appropriate change strategies that you need. So here's when, and I think of this all the time, you might go Google what a healthy meal may be. Or say you're struggling with an addiction. You say, well, what resources are out there that can help me? What rehab can I get into? You begin to utilize the supports and resources around you. She said, I'm good at starting, it's executing it. Oh, we're going to get to that. That's another stage. But we got to understand that to change, we go through a whole stage. But sometimes, we're going to talk about this, we can go backwards as well. So do y'all understand the preparation stage is getting ready? It's saying, all right, I'm almost ready to get here. And I like this one too. So you see, he started off it kind of cut it off, the pre-contemplation. It has his mind thinking about, I need to eat healthier. I'm obese. I'm going to be in the grave earlier. And then he begins to, think, okay, maybe I can do this. He starts to look at what his body can become. Then he goes to, let me start preparing. Let me read some healthy tips. Let me figure this out. And then we go to our action steps. And that's where he's walking, he's eating better. And just as well as I know, And we call this the action or the maintenance stage. We get here and we good. We're feeling right now. I am in the action in the maintenance stage. I'm getting up, working out. I'm eating better. But we all know those are the times where we can kind of creep back. But in the maintenance stage, this is where we really want to use our supports, have an accountability partner, have our why clearly written, have that vision board of what we're working to become. We want to reward ourselves in this moment. We want to pull from many different things to help us to do our best in this part of the stage of change, right? So you set up, you believed in yourself. You set up the vision, but now what are the tools and the resources that you need to keep it going? And a lot of times we get here, but we forget to pull from our resources that are really going to help us to maintain, to put into action, to work, keep at it, what we need to do. So when you think of that thing that you said, okay, this is the behavior I'm working on, this is what I want to change. What is it that you need to line up? For me, I know I need to have my routine to get up every morning. I know I need to have some food prepared, some fruits in the house to grab in order to do what I need to do. What is it that you need to add as a resource? If you're in this stage, if not, we got to get you here to help you to maintain this. Because if we don't, come on now, if we don't have our resources that we can pull upon, our maintenance will quickly, turn into relapse. And look here, this is what Toya talked about. I didn't relapse multiple times. I know a lot of times we think about relapse with drug addiction, but that's where this comes from. It's all in the cycle of change. And we don't have to just think of it from that. We can think of it from any behavior that we said we want to work on. Even when it comes down to starting your new business, first, you kind of doubt it. Can I do it? No. Then you went to, okay, maybe I can do it. I can execute it. Then you started gathering your materials, researching to find out. Then you even got to the stage where you put it all together, but then you didn't grab your different resources and you let fear kick in. So you didn't even get to the maintenance stage to be able to execute on your intentions, guys. And everything we've been talking about since the beginning of the year was executing on the intentions and the things that you said you wanted to do. And I'm trying to pour this into you that change, of course, it just doesn't happen overnight, right? Some change can happen quick, but some takes time because you're maneuvering through these different stages, and you have to recognize and call it what it is and identify what stage you are in order to figure out what resources you need to draw upon. So let's go ahead and let's look at the visual again. I'm trying to think which visual might help you best. When we look at him, he was thinking about it. He saw the vision clear. He started preparing and studying. He put it into action, what he needed to do using his resources. But then he went into relapse because maybe he didn't have all those resources gathered. And that's what we want to begin to avoid. We want to stay strong in our maintenance and being active in it phase. Am I making sense today? Are y'all getting it? Do you understand the importance of knowing these stages, knowing where you are, reflecting on what you need to do, and making the change? I hope you got it. I hope it wasn't too much. I mean, this is the stuff we work on in sessions. And this is where we look to see as clients move through where you are in changing that behavior that you came and said that you want to do. So why is change so darn hard? Because we're circling through cycles of it. And we have to reflect and use our resources in order to avoid the relapse and get to where we want to be. And I believe today that once you set your intentions, you gather your resources, you work hard, whatever that behavior is, whatever that thing is, whether it be, and this even applies to, I need to change and get out of this relationship, right? Same thing. Hold on. Let me give you the visual just so we can make it clear. Take away the picture, but you begin to think about getting out of a relationship because you realize it's not healthy for you. You imagine yourself and what my life would be like without this person weighing me down. You begin to plan and decide, okay, what will life look like? What can I do to go ahead and move on this? And then you take action. She said screenshots, and I will be using this, right? It all change is change. It may show up in different areas of life, but change is change. So you can apply these stages to any part of your life. And I hope it's clear. What I'll do, I think I already posted them, but I'll post the pictures in my stories in case you need to go back and look at them. I pray that you can incorporate these things, you can reflect, because we are changing and growing and moving to the best version of ourselves. Let's do our affirmations one more time so that you can know that change is possible, because I am enough. I believe in me. I am worthy of love. I am on my side. I take care of myself, and my heart knows. I absolutely love you guys. I hope and pray that this was useful for you today. Tomorrow is our last day for this week, and I will see you then. Bye, guys. LaVante Dorsey and Associates is Delaware's top therapeutic practice, meeting the needs of young ladies and women. We seek to capture the needs of our clients and lead them down the road of endless success through one-on-one coaching, workshops, and online programming. Join us today.